Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Yesterday we have come up to the 47th verse of the second chapter. And we are yet to work on that verse. I will read that verse, please repeat after me. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhuhu Mate sangostva karmani. So there are 4 parts in this thought. First is karmani evate adhikaraha. You are authorized to do your duties. Number 1. Then ma phaleshu kadachana. What kind of result you will get? 100% is not in your hand. There are many factors which go in determining the result of any action. Therefore, the result will depend on so many factors. So you are not free to decide, I should get this. You may not. Ma phaleshu kadachana. Ma karma phala heturbhuhu. Yesterday I indicated you. Karma phala. For that we must know what is the karma. So karma is action plus a sense of doership is equal to karma. If action is not associated with sense of doership, there is no karma born. This is what the teacher says. Ma karma phala hetu bhu. Do not become the cause for creating the karma phala. And we become the cause when there is a sense of doership. So let the doership be deleted. Then how to do that? That is the third point. We will see about it. And the fourth one is Mate sangha astu akarmani. Never remain idle in life. Till the last breath, we must be active, dynamic, and produce wealth. There is no place for a retired person in life. No. You may retire from your job, but don't retire from life. You have to be dynamically involved till the last moment. See, my teacher told me many years before. So I asked him, Sir, what will make you happy? That I will do it. He said, when I will get a news that my disciple collapsed while giving a talk, I don't want you to retire in your life. See, the shoes should be tied, belt on, and confidence in. That is life. Mate sangastu akarmani. Laziness is the biggest enemy that we have in us. And therefore, this verse is the Karma Yoga Chatusutri, as it is technically called. Chatusutri, they are the 4 sutras and Karma Yoga. Now, what is exactly meaning that we should practice in our life? Now be very attentive. First is Karmani Dev Ati Adhikaraha. Now let us find out. Can we live yesterday? We cannot live yesterday. Yesterday gone. Can we live tomorrow? Tomorrow never comes. So what is the choice? There is no choice. You have to live today. See, so simple it is. So, first principle. Second principle. Whatever we do in life, for what we do? We do only to get happiness. Has anybody done anything to become miserable? For example, people, Sindhi sir is married? Okay. For example, the people get married. For what? For becoming happy or becoming miserable? What they become is different issue. That's a different topic. See, nobody gets married to become miserable. Nobody produces children to become miserable. But everything is ultimately giving us misery. So what is our understanding of life? If I do this thing, I will become happy, I will get happiness. This is the biggest error human beings have. Don't seek happiness. See? So one way you say don't be idle, be active. Now here you are telling that karmani evate adhikaraha. Then how do we act? So these two principles. We have to live today. We cannot be idle. Now third thing was, whatever we do, we are doing it for getting happiness. Don't do that way. Then be very attentive. Then whatever you do to express happiness. How simple it is. Now what we do in our life, there are three channels. Body, speech and mind. These are the three channels through which we express. So bodily, whatever you are doing, do it happily. Not dragging through. See? Even if when you walk in such a nice way that people should look at you. Not like walking like a buffalo, patak, patak, patak. No, not like that. It's so simple. Whatever karma you do, suppose you have to put this mouse here. It can be kept in such a manner that it is perfectly parallel and a right angle. Then it looks beautiful. This quality we have to develop. That whatever we do, it must be a piece of art. How simple it is. Then what will happen? When you are doing something happily, you are not going in the future. Because whenever you do something, every karma, every action has a gestation period, after which the result is delivered, is it not? There are some karma which deliver results little later. Some of them immediately. But they are always in the future period of time. Now, if we have this technique, that we are doing everything to express happiness, so we are bringing the future in the present. See, friends. Therefore, don't do anything in your life to get happiness. Do everything happily. But our problem is, oh God, I have to get up in the morning. Why don't we have the morning class in the afternoon? They don't understand what they are talking. See? Because of laziness. So first principle, don't postpone your happiness in the future period of time. Now most important thing, because we have to live now and here, and if now and here we are happy, even God cannot make us miserable. But if we postpone our happiness in the future period of time, even God cannot make us happy. So happiness comes, abhi nahi, kal aana. Arre? You have to be happy now and there is no choice. This we have to only recognize. We don't have to do anything. So karmanye vadikaraste means whatever you are supposed to do it happily. Don't drag through life. There are three ways of functioning. One is whatever you have to do it happily, cheerfully, finish it off. One way. Second thing, if you don't want to do, don't do it. Happily. No, I don't want to do it. Over. But we are average people. So, on the surface value, we show that I am doing it, but inside there is a revolt. Like, our air hostesses. When you get into the flight, but inside they are boiling. And therefore, there is all kinds of these problems. Acidity. See, friends. Therefore, whatever we are supposed to do it happily. This is the simplest way to practice Bhagavad Gita in day-to-day life. This is the Gita Yoga. See? So whatever we do bodily, this is over. Now we also function through the speech. Speech is an organ of action, karmendriya. So if we have to speak in such a manner that the one who is listening is pleased. You must have seen there are some people, they don't speak, they bark. Why you have come? Why you standing? Walk. Are Rama, Rama. Be a human being. Don't bark. Bhagavad Gita tells us, Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priya hitam chayat. Talk in such a manner that the listener is pleased to hear. See? And this has to be done only in the present. You cannot talk yesterday. You cannot talk tomorrow. You have to talk now. See? So, karmanyevadhikaraste. Whatever you are doing, do happily. Physically, speech-wise. Now the third thing. Mentally, when you think happily. Don't think in a miserable manner. Oh God, again I have to get up, Why so many asanas? One asana is the best one, I like Shavasana, is the best. No. A happy person can never be destructive. A miserable person cannot be constructive. Imagine, just a story, not real. Suppose I go and tell my girlfriend, honey, darling, I am so happy today, I want to cut you into small pieces. Can it ever happen? It cannot happen. A happy person is never destructive. Think. Karmanyevadhikaraste. This is the Gita Yoga. It's not mechanically. If you read the translation, तेरे कर्म करने में अधिकार है, उसके फलों में नहीं, इसीलिए तू कर्मों के फल का हेतु मत हो तथा तेरी कर्म में करने की आसक्ति न हो. क्या समझ में आया खाक? See, friends, therefore our Upanishad tells, tad vijnanartham gurumeva vigachet samitpanihi shrotriyam brahmanishtham. To know the truth, you have to go to the teacher, a qualified teacher. And who is a qualified teacher? Shrotriya brahmanishta. Shrotriya, the one who has studied the scripture traditionally according to parampara, and all the scriptures are studied. We go and spend years together. It is not only for eating pakodas. See, what we see, the finished product on the stage, before that, lot of chisel and hammer treatment the teachers have to go through. See, my friends, therefore, karmanyevadhikaraste, let only happiness express through you, whether it is body, speech or mind. We have learned Gita Yoga. Then second thing is, ma phaleshu kadachana. The phala, the result comes always in the future period of time. So, ma phaleshu kadachana. Don't worry about the future. Do you know what is a worry? Worry is a struggle to solve the non-existing problem. I don't know what is going to happen. Worry. If you don't know, then relax. If you know, then be prepared. Where is the place for worry? This worry becomes our second nature after some time. Those who are worryful people, they are absolute fool. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. See, ma phaleshu kadachana. Remain now happy, you will be always happy. You try this Gita Yoga, very simple. Be happy only today. How simple? Tomorrow you may be miserable, allowed. But today you should be happy. And tomorrow never comes. See? Ma phaleshu kadachana. Then third is, ma karma phala heturbhuhu. Now when you are doing something to express happiness, What is one of the most cardinal principle of karma is, remember this, whatever we do, it is our need. Nobody needs us in this world. See, here I spoke to Subodhji and I told him that I'll come and talk to the students. I know you don't need me. Kaivalyadham doesn't need me. They have got many stalwarts. But it is my need that I can come and share this wisdom what teacher has given me. So whenever you do anything as our own need, we will have humility. We will not have arrogance. See, friends. But when we have that notion that I am doing something, who needs you? Think, my friends. When we were not in this world, there was nothing lacking. The world was going on. When we will die and go, there will be nothing lacking. If you don't trust, try. See? So when we were not in this world, nothing was lacking. When we go, nothing will be lacking. So when our prior absence and posterior absence is of zero value, what is the value of our presence? But what an arrogance. I am doing this, I am doing that, I am doing this, I am doing that. Ma karma phala heturbuhu. This is Gita Yoga. And when you do something as our own need, see, now those who have traveled, they know, when you are going through the immigration and you are standing in front of the immigration officer in the immigration area, that time the person who is going through, he is at his best with great humility. Sir, why it is your need that you have to enter that dumb country? You cannot go and argue there. Hey, tumko kya karna hai? No. He will say, wait, stand there. Yes, sir. Because your need. When you live in this world with this attitude, the arrogance will be eradicated from the personality, and that is the beauty of this Gita Yoga. So, ma karma phala heturbuhu, and the fourth part, ma te sangastu akarmani. Never spend a single moment without being creative in life. Single moment. Physically, mentally, writing wise, study, do some physical thing. If there is nothing, suppose your mind doesn't cooperate, never mind, then you do some gardening, go for a walk, or clean the house, or wash your clothes, dry them, iron them. In short, do not leave a single moment wherein you are loitering in your own life. No. And one of the best things I can suggest is learn something. If you want to remain young or a child throughout your life, this is one, the child in you, don't allow the child to die. What is the child? Child is constantly in a process of learning, is it not? And then when the child learns, he tries to practice it. I'll tell you an example. A child, suppose he learns ABCD and he goes with his mom in the market. So he will tell, Mom, wait, let me read. B-A-T-A. And he is so happy. I can read English. Because he has recently learned the alphabets. Similarly, I was in Calcutta, something 30 years, 40 years before. And because of this learning habit, I was learning Bengali. And then one day I was standing before a watch shop and read the board. So I was standing and reading the board. Ghadi ka dukan. And I was so happy that I read the board correctly. Ghadi ka dukan. And there was a Bengali behind me. He told me, not like this. This is not Bengali. I said, then you please tell me what it is. Ghodi ke do kaan. See, where is Gadi ka dukaan? घोड़ी के दो कान, ऐसा गधे के 4 लाख. Learn. And when you learn, you will never become old in life. When I was conducting a Vedanta course here, few years before, there was one lady from Australia. Subsequently, she became sannyasi and recently she died. And she was, at the age when she joined me, she was 68. She says, Swamiji, I want to come. I said, come, no problem. See, imagine, 68. In her whole life, she has not come to any of the alphabets, Sanskrit or Hindi or anything. So I told her, I said, Mama, you don't worry, you are allowed not to study Sanskrit. She said, no, I will study Sanskrit. At the age of 68. Then I had to get special books for her. How to write so the arrows are there, so she used to write And at that age, she learned Sanskrit and she was able to read Bhagavad Gita. See, but it is very difficult. Why it is not difficult? You can. See, Mate Sangastu Akarmani. Don't give up in life till the last moment. And therefore, Bhagavan says, this is Gita Yoga. Yogastha Kuru Karmani Sangam Tyaktva Dhananjaya Siddhya Siddhyo Samo Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. So what is the Gita Yoga? Maintain your equanimity under all conditions. Perfectly. Nothing should disturb us in this world. You must have seen that kind of doll which has got a round bottom and the round bottom is heavy. So when you tilt that doll in any side, again it comes to the position. You tilt it this way, again it comes to position. Exactly the same way. May what happen in our life, our mind's equanimity, balance should not be compromised. So when we are functioning in the world, before we do something, during the performance and after the job is done, our mind's equanimity should not be compromised. Mind must remain at peace all the time. This is what is said, Siddhya Siddhyo Samo Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Sometime we will win, sometime we will be defeated. This is life. See, this world is made up of twins. Twins means two things together. There is nothing in this world which is singular except Paramatma, except the Divine Self, except the absolute reality. Everything is in pairs. Joy, sorrows, gain, loss, friend, enemy, near, far, big, small, man, woman, intelligent, dull, beautiful, awful. Everything in this world is in pairs. Day, night. If this is how the fabric of the world is, to expect that only good things should happen, then where the bad things will go? They have to come to us. And therefore, Siddhya Siddho Samo Bhutva, we have to have that wisdom. Yes, sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. This is how the life is. But if we want, I don't want to lose any time, then you have lost the charm of life. Friends, those who do not have problems in life, they are dead ones. Dead people don't have problems. It's good you have got problem, that means you are still alive. Siddhya Siddhyo Samo Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Now see what Patanjali has told us. Chitta Vritti Nirodha Yoga. There should not be any oscillations on account of the thoughts. What Bhagavad Gita says, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Let there be thoughts, but the thoughts should not disturb us. Why should we be afraid of thoughts? Can we say like this, I see with my eyes, And therefore, I want to learn that eyes are open, but I should not see. What kind of funny thing is? Can we go to the doctor and tell the ophthalmologist, sir, when my eyes are open, I can see. What should I do? He will say, go to a mental hospital. Eyes are meant for seeing. We go to the ENT one and you tell him that, sir, I can hear with my ear properly. Then why you have come here? Go and see a movie. In the same manner, we go to the teacher. Sir, there are too many thoughts in the mind. The thoughts have to come in the mind. Should the thoughts come in the nose, you can blow them out. Think. Thoughts are not the problem. See how simple it is. But whole life is struggle. Bite your teeth. Nothing is going to happen, and it cannot be done. If the mercury is spilled on a marble floor, and you try to collect that mercury by your hand, try to do it, you will never succeed in your life. In the same manner, don't waste time in Chitta Vritti Nirodha. On the contrary, guide the thinking process according to Bhagavad Gita. That is Gita Yoga. See, with all due respect to all the great yogis in the world, ask them to vow, not your, somebody else's. Take a vow. Have they really attained Chitta Vritti Nirodha in their life? No. See, friends, and why we should? Eyes are meant for seeing, ears are meant for hearing, mind is made for thinking. Think positive, creative, wise manner and be happy. See, my friends, therefore, how to do that? With this understanding. Siddhi asiddhi samo bhutva. Sometime we win, yes, celebrate. Sometime we lose, never mind. In this manner, when we start leading every interaction in the life, slowly we learn to get out of these pairs of complementary opposites. It is something like this. Sound we hear. After the sound, what comes? Silence. So again, complementary opposite. Presence of sound, absence of sound. Now when I say Om Namah Shivaya, yesterday we did this thing. So there are two Om Namah Shivaya, in between there is a silence. Silence cannot be heard, but we do experience. So we are able to know the presence of something as well as the absence of something. The joy we know, the miseries we know, the gain we know, the loss we know, the siddhi, the success we know, asiddhi, the failure we know. So then who are we? We are someone other than these external things which are happening. This is what the teacher says, siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. But what happens? When there is something successful, then we start jumping out of our skin. And when something goes wrong, we start getting miserable. Let us stop that. That is samatvam yoga uchyate. After that is done, thereafter Bhagavan tells, the most important thing according to Bhagavad Gita is Durena Hyavaram Karma Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya Buddho Sharanam Anvichya Krupana Phalahetava. The most important thing is live your life intelligently, not intellectually. There is a difference. Intelligent people and intellectuals people. Intellectuals are intelligently miserable, and intelligent people are never miserable. Intellectuals prove that under these conditions anybody will be miserable, and that body is me. So be miserable. Therefore, Buddhau Sharanam Anvicha, lead your life intelligently. And therefore, he says, Buddhi yukto jahati hai ube sukrita duskrute tasmad yogaya yujjasva yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Now, second definition of yoga, according to Bhagavad Gita. First word, siddhya siddhya samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. And now here it is a yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Yoga is performing all your duties in such a manner that you are not caught up in that. See, we do something and we get lost in that. How do we get lost? If we succeed, we start jumping. If we fail, we start crying. Don't do that. Maintain the equanimity. That is kaushalam. That is the greatness of this Gita Yoga. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Like you start cutting the vegetables. See? Because of this corona, when I was in Bombay for 1.5 years, locked down in my own flat, nowhere to go. So I had to cook myself. And when I started cooking, one day I said, okay, let me cut the lady's finger. Somebody gave me, so I was cutting. And I don't know where was my mind. Instead of cutting lady's finger, I cut my finger. Oh God, what happened? Yogaha karmasu kaushalam. My mind was running somewhere and the action was going somewhere. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam, therefore means be attentive. Three things should come together. See? The knife, the hand and the mind. When we are a completely integrated person, then only we have learned the secret of karma yoga. Normally what happens? Our mind is running here and there. We are sitting here, mind is going somewhere. And when we are there, then we think, oh, I have missed the class, I should have gone to the class. In short, we have trained our mind. Where we are, there the mind is not. This is what we have to work. And how can we work this? Remember yesterday's Maha Mantra which I gave you? Remember, yes or no? So I will say again, repeat. That is the most important thing, whole Bhagavad Gita. Wherever I am, whenever I am, whatever I am, I shall be 100%. You have learned Gita Yoga. Nothing more than this. I am not telling you, give charity, go to temple and do Shirshasana and walk. No. Wherever you are, whatever you are supposed to do, enjoy, involve 100%. See? But our condition is, एक दिल के टुकड़े हजार हुए. Remain integrated. And that can be possible when you enjoy whatever you are doing. And therefore, whenever anything is done happily, you are practicing the Gita Yoga. Now hereafter, Bhagavan Krishna has used in these 4 verses this word intellect, buddhi, 8 times. See? He says, Buddhau Sharanam Anvicha Kripana Phala Hetavaha Buddhi Yukto Jahatiya Ube Sukrita Duskrute Tasmad Yogaya Yujjasva Yogaha Karmasu Kaushalam Karmajam Buddhi Yuktahi Phalam Tyaktva Manishinaha Janma Bandha Vinirmukta Padam Gachanti Anamayam Yadate Moha Kalila Buddhir Veti Tarishyati Tada Gantasi Nirvedam Shrotam Vese Shrutascha Shruti Viprati Pannate Yada Snasati Nischala Samada Vachala Buddhi Tada Yogam Avapsasi. How much importance Bhagavan has given. Buddhi, buddhi, buddhi. Lead your life intelligently, not mechanically. See. Now what is the problem that we have? Only one sloka I will take. Yada te moha kalilam buddhir veti tarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam shrutam vese shrutasya. When your mind is never confused, you have learned the Gita Yoga. Not confused under any condition. Always at peace. See? And why this happens? Shruti vipratipannate yada sthasyate nischala samadha vachala buddhi tada yogam avapsati. Yada te shruti vipratipanna buddhi nischala sthasyati. We have heard so many things, and therefore we are a completely confused lot. So, when we go to Hanumanji temple, Sri Guru Charana, when we go to Ramji temple, Sri Ram Jai Ram, when we go to Shivji temple, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, and when we come home, we sleep. Completely confused. And then we get shattered. And then there is a fear in the mind. See, I was supposed to observe fast, and today, I ate food. Now what will happen? Now nothing. You will go to hell straight away. Don't get carried away by these unwanted things. I'll tell you about this, my simple principle. Keep your stomach full and head empty. What we do? We observe this fast, that fast. And therefore, the food is supposed to be in the stomach, but then it is empty. Then where the food will go? We start thinking about food. So when Ekadashi is coming, when I go to so many houses for taking food, they ask me, Swami, tomorrow is Ekadashi, so we have to tell your host whether you observe Ekadashi or not. So I tell them, who is my host? If they are Gujarati and Marwadi, then I will observe Ekadashi, because they really prepare wonderful food on Ekadashi. See, friends, don't bother about all these small little things. Keep your mind at peace. If you are feeling hungry, take something over. Don't be too, what you call in Hindi, jiddi, obstinate. There was a girl, and it was Shivratri. So morning, 5 o'clock, we started Om Namah Shivaya Japa. And her parents came afterwards. So 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, evening 4 o'clock. But she is sitting in one posture and sitting quiet. So her parents came. Swamiji, please tell her, since morning she is sitting there, she has not eaten anything, she is not gone to washroom and all that thing, something will happen to her and all that. She is so dedicated and devoted to Bhagwan. I said, don't tell, she is not dedicated, devoted. She is a jiddi, she is obstinate. Don't do all that funny things. Relax. See. Otherwise you compel God. God, if you don't do this, I'll kill myself. If you kill, who cares? That is not spiritual practice. Therefore, these tapasvis are very, very difficult people to deal with. You must have read the stories in Puranas and other places. The tapasvis are expert and famous for cursing somebody or the other. They will come and do this thing. I cannot do. You cannot do. Okay, I curse you. You will be blessed with 100 children. And you get 100 children, then you suffer. Why? Because of their curse. Therefore, friends, don't get lost in that kind of spiritual practice. Here the teacher says, Shruti vipratipannati yada sthasyati nischala yada te buddhi. When your understanding is no more confused and confounded, tada samadhau achala buddhi tada yoga mavamsasi. So here samadhi does not mean meditation. In this verse, samadhi means our essential nature. Samyak adiyate yasmin tat samadhi. That in which everything comes back. That is the samadhi. So when your mind is absolutely at peace, nothing disturbs you. You have not gone to sleep. That time what happens to mind? It is something like an ice cube. You put it, let us say, in ocean or a river or a lake. So the ice cube will be tossing along with the waves for some time. Slowly, slowly, it will dissolve. Because ice cube and the water, they are one and the same. In the same manner, mind and consciousness, they are one and the same. They are not separate. Like man and husband, are they two? Think. Who is miserable? Husband. Man is never miserable. Husband is never happy. And can you separate the man from the husband? Think. Once I was in US, and one place in probably New York, this American person, he asked me this question. This is a very old story. Now these questions don't come. Maybe 30, 40 years before. That time there were very few Indians in all over the world. Now you go anywhere, you will get hundreds and thousands and millions of Indians. So when my satsang was over, he asked me this question. Hey, in you guys, these ladies have got a .com on their forehead. What is that .com? I said, that is a sign that now you don't try. She is already sold out. She is married. Oh, so married ladies have got that .com? I say, yes. But then for the gents, I say it's not required, because from their face you can know he is married. There is a glow on the face of a married woman, and there is a blow on the face of the married man. Don't require anything. Relax, relax, relax. At this moment, you are divine. This is Gita Yoga. When you are happy, you don't worry. When you worry, you cannot be happy. So the highest spiritual practice is be happy. Mauj mein raho. What we do? We mauj karo. Karo mahi raho. Be happy. Don't become happy. What we are trying to do is to become happy. Don't become, be happy. And how do we become happy? If I get that thing, then I will be happy. If I don't get that thing, then I am miserable. So don't try to become happy in life, and therefore don't do karma to become happy, but do the karma happily. That is the Gita Yoga. See? So, samadha vachala buddhi tada yogam avapsasi. So, like the ice and the water, what is the difference? Water doesn't have shape. Ice has got a shape. Water doesn't have a personality. Ice cube has a personality. Water is comfortable in any container. Let it be a petri dish, water is comfortable. Let it be a test tube, water is comfortable. Let it be a capillary tube, water is comfortable. Ice cube, I want only my shape container. Otherwise, awkwardly standing anywhere. And in fact, both ice and water are one, is it not? So water is, it became ice. Man is, he became husband. Think. So what is samadhi therefore? When we are at peace with ourselves. We are established in samadhi. Samadhi is not sitting in a particular miserable posture and waiting for the ghanti to go. No, these are the cartoons of meditation. Don't waste time in that. We have to live 24/7 in meditation. Then only the life is lived properly. See? There are so many questions. In one place they ask this question. Swamiji, some people, when we sit for meditation, they do like this thing, some kind of thing. What is that? Is it awakening Kundalini? I said, no. That is, they are getting into sleep. But what is that meditation? I said, that meditation is called as Jhatka meditation. See? Your own experiences. This is not the right way, my friends. Be attentive. Consciousness and mind are one. Water and ice are one. The difference is, water becomes ice under specific conditions. If those specific conditions are removed, the ice reverts back to the water. If this example is clear, consciousness is knowledge. Mind is knowledge. When consciousness, the knowledge, When it becomes specific, that specific knowledge is called as mind. Be attentive. What is specific knowledge? Joy, meaning what? Absence of sorrow. Sorrow means what? Absence of joy. So when we experience joy and sorrows separately and get influenced by them, we are at the level of the mind. But when we experience the joy but don't become joyful, we experience the miseries, don't become miserable, then we have come back to the consciousness. Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Therefore, that knowledge where objectivity is predominant, that knowledge where objectivity is valuable, that knowledge is called as mind. Now see how the mind works. This is the book, Bhagavad Gita. Now how this knowledge takes place? First, this is a book, number one. Second thing, I know this is a book. And third thing, I am not the book. These are the three stages through which the knowledge takes place. Imagine, suppose it happens, I know this is a book and I am the book. This doesn't happen. So in this knowledge, I know this is a book. This is the I factor, and this book I am not, this is a not I factor. So aham and idam, I and not I. So that knowledge where I versus not I is predominant, that knowledge is called as mind. And that knowledge where I versus not I does not exist, that knowledge is called as pure consciousness. Now tell me, do you know yourself? Yes. Then do we say, I know myself, but I am not me? Not possible. Therefore, that knowledge where not I factor, idam vritti, doesn't arise, that is the pure consciousness. And therefore, this mind should not be allowed to be born through wisdom. And what is the wisdom? Don't get influenced by the objectivity. See, yesterday I gave you example about a mirror. You cannot stop reflection happening in the mirror. What you can do is only one thing. Don't take that reflection to be real. Exactly the same way, when we are functioning through the mind, there will be objectivity. But don't give value and importance to the objectivity. So when we give importance to the objectivity, we are disturbed. See? And thus, let our attention be on our peace of mind. And this can be done only when we devalue the objective world. But when we give undue importance to the objective world, then we become victim. This is what Bhagavan says, Yada te moha kalilam buddhir vyati tarishati. We are, kalilam means the kichad. See? Kalilam means you are fixed in a very slimy area. So, Yada te moha kalilam, we are buried in this delusory, this confused state. When you come out of this confusion, and what is the confusion? Confusion are at 4 levels. Number 1, who am I? Number 2, what is the world? Number 3, who is God? Number 4, what is spiritual practice? Yada te moha kalilam. See? We simply say, but who is this I? How simple it is, my friends. When you thus start working, moha kalilam, when these doubts, confusion go away, then you will be always at peace. So, such a person whose wisdom never gets corrupted, he who has practiced Gita Yoga, about this Arjuna asked a question. From here, 18 next verses. This is the very top topic of Bhagavad Gita about the Gita Yoga. In the 54th verse. Please repeat after me. Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna is sleeping or what? Arjuna Uvacha. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha. Samadhistasya keshava. Sthitadhi kim prabhasheta. Kimasita vrajeta kim. 4 questions are asked by Arjuna. First, Sthita Prajna, that means the person who never gets confused, who is steady in his wisdom. Should we be steady in the wisdom or should we be steady in the posture? Think. Wisdom should be steady. So, Sthita Prajna, he whose wisdom is steady, that means he never gets confused, nothing can disturb his equipoise. So, such a person, if somebody is there, then what is the meaning of meditation for him? Samadhistasya sthita prajnasya purushasya ka bhasha is the question. So, what is the definition of a man of steady wisdom? Please tell me, what is the meaning of meditation for him? First question. Second question, sthitadhi kim prabhasheta. How does, simple if you take the word to word meaning, kaise bolta hai, that is not the meaning. How does he talk? Does he talk in English or Hindi or Sanskrit? That is not the meaning. Kim prabhasheta. Then kimasita, how does he sit? Does he sit in a Padmasana or he sits in a Ushtrasana or Gardhabasana? Which asana he sits? And the fourth question is vrajeta kim. And how does he walk? Does he walk like a human being or like a monkey? These are not the questions. Therefore, this is the technical language. Friends, every science has its own vocabulary. For example, mouse. Mouse is a common word both in English language and in computer science. So you tell your servant, hey, go and get the mouse from my table. He will go and search. Where is the mouse? Where is the mouse? Where is the mouse? And he'll say, Maharaj, there is no mouse there. I'll go and get it from outside. In my house there are plenty of mouse. I'll get for you. Word is the same, spelling is the same, but where that word is used? Is it used for catching the mouse or is it used for the computer science? Meaning what? Every science has its own vocabulary. If we do not have the correct knowledge of this vocabulary, we will always mistake. And this knowledge about the correct vocabulary is available only Shrotriya Brahmanishta Guru. And therefore, it is very strictly said, never study scriptures on your own. If you suppose take this publication and then you will read, Arjun bole, क्या बोले? हे केशव, समाधि में स्थित परमात्मा को प्राप्त हुए स्थिर बुद्धि पुरुष का क्या लक्षण है? वह स्थिर बुद्धि पुरुष कैसे बोलता है, कैसे बैठता है, कैसे चलता है? Can this be a question in a scripture? It cannot be. See? Therefore, these are technical terms. And if we do not understand them properly, we will be confused. So, let us take whatever we can do now. There are 5 minutes more left. Sthita prajnasya, a person of steady wisdom, for him, what is the meaning of samadhi? Samadhistasya ka bhasha. What is the meaning? Now, Bhagavan answers this. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. 1. And atmanne vatmana tushtaha. 2 things. If these 2 things happen, he is living in meditation. This is the meaning of meditation for a man of steady wisdom. The first part is Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. Hey Partha, hey Arjun, when he entertains 0 desires, yada sarvan manogatan kaman prajahati, when he has given up all desires, living at a 0 desire level. Mind cannot have any agitations. Desire is an abscess on the mind. Desire is not a natural condition of the mind. Many people have got that notion. Desire is a natural condition. No. If it is a natural condition, we will not remove it. But what is fulfillment of the desire? Is nothing but the removal of the desire. If desire are natural, why should we remove? Let the desire be there. No, it is not. So what is the meaning of meditation for a wise man? He doesn't entertain any desires. He is living in the utter present, fully, cheerfully, happily, only to express happiness. That is the meaning of meditation. So walking meditation, talking meditation, sitting meditation. What is important is this. When we live at zero expectation level, no expectation of any kind from anybody under any condition. Once on some airport, one young man met me and he said, Swamiji, I am your fan. I said, you are telling lies. He said, no, I am really your fan. I said, then keep moving. Why are you steady? Are you fused or what? Then he said, I feel always pity for you. I said, thank you very much. He said, no, why? You are running around, giving talks day and night. There is not a single day when you are not delivered a talk. But the people don't change. People are the same. Don't you feel bad about it? I said, am I mad to feel bad? Then I told him, I said, do you know what is the prayer of the doctors? What is your prayer? Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Do you know the doctor's prayer? Sarve bhavantu roginaha, sarve santu amayaha. Let everybody be the diseased person, then only the doctor can survive. I said exactly the same way. Our prayer is the same thing. We don't pray, Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve bhavantu dukkhinaha, sarve bhavantu ajnaninaha. When you are ignorant, then only my market is on. Why should I worry whether you understand or you don't understand, whether you follow or not? I am happy, that is enough for me. Take this attitude in life. Nobody can make you miserable in this life. Do not give the key of your happiness in the pocket of others. You are not happy because you are happy in spite. See? This is what is the meaning of the samadhi, the meditation for a man of steady wisdom. So first part is that yada sarvan manogatan kaman prajati, and then atmanne vatmana tushta, second part. He is at peace with himself. A person who is at peace with himself, he is abiding in God. God is happy with himself. He is not miserable. Why should I become miserable because of you? And why should I try to make you happy? God has failed to make everybody happy. Can I, the miserable one, make others happy? But you know, I was trying to make you happy, but you did not. That is your fault. Don't do that. You remain cheerful and happy. That's all. And when you remain cheerful and happy, that atmosphere gets charged, and anybody who comes in your contact also gets the glimpses of joy. That is the meaning of meditation according to the wise man's understanding. Remaining 3 questions, we will take them tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.